going on in this administration for years. No, and I blister at these people that try to protect Hillary in this Benghazi thing. Oh, yeah, we got all this Benghazi. They got nothing. Here's the problem with that. We're getting documents over 3 years after they were requested. We're talking emails. Hey, the government made a law for businesses. Business has to archive all that email traffic that they have within the company. They gotta archive it, and it's got to be retrievable in a fairly quick manner if it is ever requested. And yet, the government can't retrieve a bunch of emails from an important high-level officer of the government within 3 years. It takes them 3 years to find these things. We couldn't find them. We were looking night and day, 24/7, all over the place for these. So 3 years later, they start getting what they requested. And what we're mostly because a lot of the stuff they thought was deleted, turns out that it wasn't deleted, so they couldn't hide them anymore. And there are a batch of emails, what is it, 30, 33,000 or something like that we probably never will get, that have been deleted. And understand, deleting is the equivalent as destroying a document. Because that's what you're doing, you're destroying it. Deleting it is destroying it. It's the latest move in the battle over Tea Party targeting at the tax agency, and it comes less than a week after the Justice Department issued a report finding no criminal behavior in the IRS's decision to subject conservative groups to intrusive scrutiny. Now, isn't that interesting? The Obama Justice Department says, there's nothing going on over there. Yeah, nothing to see over there. Nothing over there. Nothing. Everybody's good over there. Ain't nothing bad. And now we're finding out, there actually is and was a guy who was the head of it all. Job. Now understand, this is important though. Understand if this man is impeached, it means that he committed some high crimes and misdemeanors. And if he is convicted by the Senate and thus removed from his post, then that means the Justice Department is not really going to have any choice but to move ahead and prosecute him. Now, if you think this administration is going to actively prosecute one of their own, you got another thing coming. But what it will do, because, the statute of limitations is extremely long. There will be a new president in plenty of time to appoint a new Justice Department and Justice Department head and go after these people. See, this is one thing that they're trying to stop ahead of time. And this kind of actually rolls into the Boehner-Obama budget deal. Notice how they were talking that they want to make this deal good through when? Obama's last year in office. They don't want him to have to go, because let's face it. Now, say what you will about Paul Ryan. I do believe that he is a budget hawk. And that if they have to go through this process again next year, which they're supposed to, he's not going to budge. He is not going to budge. And what Boehner is trying to do is usurp Ryan's, or whoever the new House Speaker is going to be. He's trying to usurp that power by making a deal that will last until the end of these terms. Now, understand, it is constitutional. They're legally able to do this. Why? Because he's not binding a future Congress. It's only this current Congress. Now, Boehner said that he wanted to do it for 3 years, going into through to 2018. That would be unconstitutional. because he cannot bind the power of a future Congress with a previous one in terms of budget. Not constitutional. And he knows that, which is why he goes after this deal, because he can do that before he leaves office. I mean, isn't he supposed to be gone in like 3 days? Guess what? He's not. This is just all that wonderful backroom that pisses off the American people. Every single day they've got these backroom deals going that you don't know anything about until it's too late almost. And the interesting thing I find about this is that if you have, and I see this on social media, and look, you people out there on the left, you were blistering George W. Bush about, this war crime and that war crime and this was a crime and his vice president and the Secretary of Defense did this and did that and they should be perp walk and they should be, they're traitors and blah. And Obama is doing exactly the same thing and or worse than what you've accused George W. Bush of doing. And so is Hillary Clinton. But, no. It's just we're just after them because we don't like them. Really? And I find it interesting that you will poo-poo the actual evidence of her own emails stating that she was asked 600 some odd times, as far as Benghazi is concerned, for assistance in upgrades and improvements in the security. And now 3 years later, her story is, well, I didn't see those. I didn't see any of those emails. She didn't. She's the Secretary of State, and one of the people that she's responsible for, one of her employees, an ambassador, is emailing her, and his office is emailing her some 600 times. And nobody in the State Department thought it was serious enough to make sure that the Secretary of State saw at least one of them? So what we are to believe now after her testimony is that an ambassador in a very important and very dangerous part of the world for a very unstable country, he is not her priority to pay attention to him when he's trying to communicate and tell her something. I mean, you got to understand, Chris Stevens was not the ambassador of Sweden. Now, if the ambassador of Sweden sent the Secretary of State 600 emails when there's no security risk up there, I can kind of see where maybe people might blow that off and say, well, we'll get to it when we can. We got more important things. But you're talking about an ambassador who is in the Middle East, North Africa, a very dangerous and unstable part of the world, and he's representing the United States in places like Libya, of which was just attacked by the U.S. and coalition forces and supposedly liberated. So the government is still unstable. It's still new. And he's also trying to deal with, helping the ambassador of Egypt deal with Egypt. And he's not being paid attention to. He sends 600 emails and messages to the Secretary of State, evidently because she doesn't have a computer in her office, or she didn't. It's what she said. That means her staff was going to have to tell her if that's the case. And I cannot believe that one bit, that the Secretary of State is going to depend on her staff to tell her everything. Not in this day and age. Did have a computer, obviously, because she had a server. And we're to believe that she didn't know and didn't see a single one of those 600 emails. She wasn't told about a single one of those 600 plus emails. She had no idea that things were so bad in Libya, and thus she didn't need to keep her eye on it. Do you understand what I'm talking about here, folks? You liberals have got to understand this. The point is it makes a huge difference. 4 Americans lost their lives. Now, that is a tragedy, but that is not the reason for all of this brouhaha. The reason is why it happened. You see, we do these investigations so we can improve our policy and the way we do things and handle things in the future so we don't make the same mistake again. And you liberals are out there telling us, oh, no. We don't need to learn anything from this mistake. It wasn't a mistake. Yeah, it was a mistake. And I'm telling you, like I told you before, Hillary is a fall gal. Because she was out there opening her mouth, telling certain individuals that, oh, yeah, we know this was a terrorist attack. This was terror. Oh, my God, this is unbelievable. I can't believe this is a terror attack. I don't know what we're going to do. And then all of a sudden, a day later, oh, no, this was just about a video. It's a video that, this video from this guy over here, I think it has like 6 views so far. Nobody's seen it, but it's his fault because it's this video that caused it. Because you see, all those 6 views, they were viewed in Libya in great these big rooms where they had like 500 people each. So it was more than 500 people saw this thing, each view. So even though it was only 6 views, it was like 30,000 people saw it. Yeah, that's Democratic math. So, and they were the ones that were out there, you see, because of the video, taking a stroll one night, and they were just getting all worked up, and all of a sudden somebody pulled out a grenade launcher, and all hell broke loose, and we weren't expecting it. We didn't know anything about it because, Master Stevens never said a thing to me. Now, incriminating emails tell us a totally different story from what we were originally told. We have liberals covering, it doesn't matter, man. She lied, big freaking hairy deal. She's still going to be the president. No, it doesn't matter if the IRS is targeting certain Americans in this country. Oh, it's a good thing. Oh, because they're working for us right now. So, going after and trying to impeach this guy, oh man, all it is you guys, you don't want, you guys just haters. Haters! Man, and you're sexist, and you racist. Y'all just haters. Can't believe what kind of haters you people are. Absolutely unbelievable how hateful you are. This is America. We don't allow for haters. America, we don't stand for liars. We don't promote. We don't promote those who knowingly and openly, brazenly break the law. In this country, we used to take breaking the law very seriously, and now it seems like the only time when somebody wants to pay attention to somebody who breaks the law, if an overworked cop oversteps. Well, then everybody's paying attention now. Nobody's paying attention to the so-called victim about the laws that he was breaking that led up to the interaction between him and the police officer. No. Oh, all they're caring about now is the interaction with the cop's the one that broke the law. That's the only one that counts. Politicians break the law, especially if they're a Democrat. Oh, no, well, if you're a conservative and you break the law, oh yeah, you got to fry. But you're a Democrat, you lie to the people, you lie to Congress, you hide stuff, destroy stuff. Oh no, that's not a problem at all. Unless, of course, if you were a cop.